So today I am going to start with chapter 18 class 8 science notes on pollution of air and water. Okay, so I will be giving you all the notes on pollution of air and water. Okay, so pollution of air and water, let me start. So first question is over here, what are the different ways in which water gets contaminated? Okay, so water gets contaminated in the following ways. So here are the following ways where water gets contaminated. Okay, first is many industries discharge harmful chemicals into rivers and streams. Second point, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and weedicides used in agriculture dissolve in water and are washed into water bodies from the field. Third is what? Throwing untreated sewage directly into rivers. Okay. Fourth point is many industries release hot water into water. So these are the four ways where water gets contaminated. Okay. Next, let us see at an individual level how can you help reduce air population. So here how we can help the reduce of air population. So at an individual level we can do the following things to reduce air population. First point is use CNG and unleaded petrol instead of ordinary petrol and diesel. Okay. Second point is use public transport as far as possible. Third is generate awareness about air pollution by talking to family, members, and friends. Fourth point is what? Plant trees and nature, the ones already present in the neighborhood. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to plant the trees and nurture the ones already present in the neighborhood. Okay, nurture. So here we have to generate a awareness. We have to make people aware of what about the air population, okay, taking place. Next, let us see. Third is what? Clear, transparent water is always fit for drinking. Comment. Okay. So here the answer is okay. No. What? Water which looks clean may still contain diseases carrying microorganisms. Microorganisms are living, right? Living things. And dissolved impurities. So water which looks clean may still contain diseases carrying microorganisms and dissolved impurities. Okay, hence it is not always fit for drinking. So it is essential to purify water before drinking, for example by boiling water. Okay, this is very important. While drinking water we have to always boil the water. Okay, we have to drink boiled water. Next, fourth is you are a member of municipal body of your own town of your town. So what you'll have to do is make a list of measures that would help your town to ensure the supply of clean water to all its residents. So what we have to do over here is answer is following are some of the measures that would help our town to ensure the supply of clear water to all its residents. Okay, first point is make the supply system leak proof as a lot of drinking water is wasted through leakages. Okay, next second point is proper cleaning of the water tank. Third is chlorine tablets should be made available. Okay, so these are the few points which all have to know. Next, fourth point is the water supply pipes should not come in contact with the sewage pipes. Okay, so the water supply pipes should not come in contact with the sewage pipes. Okay, so fifth is what we have to explain the differences between pure and polluted air. So what is the difference between pure and polluted air? Air is a mixture of gases. Okay, first of all, air is a mixture of gases. Pure air contains about 78% by volume nitrogen, okay, 21% oxygen, and a small but definite amount of carbon dioxide, argon, methane, ozone, water vapor, and so on. When the air is contaminated by unwanted substances which have a harmful effect on both the living and non-living component, it is called polluted air. Next, let us see, explain the circumstances leading to acid rain. How does acid rain affect us? So here, let us know how this acid rain affects us, okay? So pollutants like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide react with the water vapor present in the atmosphere to form sulfuric acid and nitric acid. These calm down with the rain, making the rain acidic. So what does this does? It comes down and makes the rain acidic. Okay. So this is called acid rain. Acid rain affects us in many ways. Example. So how does it affects us? Here are some examples. Okay. First is what? Acid rain removes basic nutrients such as calcium from the soil. Okay. This is the first point. Second is acid rain increases corrosion of metals. Third is acid rain damages buildings and buildings and statues. Fourth point is the low pH of acid rain water changes the rate of metabolism of organism. Fifth point is acid rain causes damage to fresh water life. Example, decrease in fish population in the lakes. Last is acid mist cause direct damage to the leaves of plant. Okay, so these are the few things which all have to know. Okay, next let us see which of the following is not a greenhouse gas. So which among these are not a greenhouse gas? We already know that it is nitrogen. Okay, now let us describe the greenhouse effect in your own words. What is the greenhouse effects in your own words? Let us know about this. In greenhouse, in a nursery or elsewhere, okay, in the bracket, right, just write down, this is not required. In greenhouses, the sun's heat is allowed to enter, but it is not allowed to escape. Okay, the trapped heat warms the greenhouses. The trapping of the radiations by the earth's atmosphere performs a similar function. The trapped radiations further warm the earth. This effect of the atmosphere is called greenhouse effect. Without this process, life would not have been possible on earth because low temperature would have prevailed. CO2 is one of the gases responsible for the effect. Other gases like methane, nitrous oxide, and water vapor also contribute this effect. They also called greenhouse gases. Okay, so this is something which I'll have to know. Next is prepare a brief speech on global warming. You have to deliver the speech in your class. So students, please do this yourself. Okay, so you all have to do this. Okay, so next is what? Uh, Describe the thread of the beauty of the Taj Mahal, which you all have to know. Okay, so what is the answer? Over the past 2 decades, India's most famous tourist attraction, the Taj Mahal located at Agra, has become a matter of concern. Okay, experts have warned that air pollution is discolorizing its white marble, so it is not only living organisms that get affected by polluted air, but also non-living things like buildings, momentums, and statues are affected. This answer is very lengthy, but try to understand. The industries located in around Agra, like rubber processing, automobile, chemicals, and especially the Mathura oil refinery, have been responsible for producing pollutants like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. These gases react with the water vapor present in the atmosphere to form sulfuric acid and nitric acid. This come down with the rain, making the rain acidic. This is called acid rain. Acid rain has resulted in corrosion of the marble of the Taj Mahal. The phenomena is called marble cancer. So, marble cancer, suspended matter such as soot particles emitted by the Mathura oil refinery has contributed to ailing of the marble. The Supreme Court has taken several steps to save the Taj Mahal. It has ordered in the industry to switch to cleaner fuel like CNG, compressed natural gas, and LPG, liquefied petrol gas, full form of LPG. Then moreover, the automobile should switch over the unleaded petrol in the Taj zone. Okay, so this is very big, but you all have to know this. Okay, these notes are very important. Okay, so just see this, go to this. Okay, next is the 11th one. What does the increased level of nutrient in water affect the survival of aquatic organism? The answer is chemicals used as fertilizers in agriculture dissolve in water and are washed in water bodies from the field. The excessive quantity of chemical like nitrites and phosphates which are present in fertilizer act as nutrients for algae to flourish. Once these algae die, they serve as food for decomposers like bacteria. They use up a lot of oxygen. So this result in a decrease in the oxygen level which is harmful for the survival of the other aquatic organisms. Okay, I hope you all have understood this part. I hope you all have, okay, with this I am done with today's lecture. I hope you all have understood these notes very well. Okay, I have just read these notes to you all and I hope you all have, are you all clear with this? Just go through this and thanks for watching.